Today I'll be installing Aquor's house hydrant. Now this is an upgrade for your typical outdoor faucet. Now you might be thinking, why mess with an outdoor faucet at all, and what's wrong with the existing design? This company made an outdoor faucet that's better looking, but it also addresses some key concerns around water conservation and security and convenience that you just don't get with your typical faucet. And I never would have showed you this product if it was brand new. It's actually been around for 5 years, and they debuted the first installation on this old house. Now when I watched that episode, I thought it was pretty awesome, but again my worry was that they wouldn't make it as a company. Now fast forward 5 years later, they've continued to make products and do well with installations all around the country. You can install these house hydrants just about anywhere. You can replace your existing tap or use it in a brand new installation like this. Now this is an outdoor kitchen unit that I built about 4 years ago myself, and it's actually got running water in it with a line that I trenched to the house. And I chose this spot to install the hydrant for a few reasons. Number one, I'm going to be looking at the faucet when it's done, so having one that looked a little bit better would be a plus. But additionally, I love the idea that I can remove the faucet completely when I don't want to use the hose. By removing a number of screws on the back, I can completely take this panel off, and I can give you a lot better access to see how it's plumbed in. Other great ideas for installations are places like boats, RVs, or even tiny houses, because being able to remove the outdoor faucet when you're done can be a huge advantage. And with any installation, you've got to pick where you want the faucet to go. So here I'm just picking a good spot that'll put the faucet high enough for convenience, but also make sure that I'm not going to drill into a stud. When you open the box, you're going to notice that this thing is heavy. It's actually made of 100% marine grade stainless steel, and that's not something you'll find in your normal outdoor faucet. This one costs $79, and it includes everything you need in the box, including this one adapter. And in the box they included a template, but this looks so easy I didn't even bother to use it, and I just started drilling the right size hole, and now I wanted to do a little bit of a dry fitting. Now I just needed to get the end of the hydrant all ready to connect to my plumbing. Now this is a 1/2-inch fitting that's very common, and all I needed to do was buy a barbed fitting that would allow me to connect the hydrant directly to my PEX plumbing. And with a little bit of pipe dope on the fitting and tightening it up, it's ready to put back into the cabinet. Before I mount it, I've just got to do one more thing, and that's to install the door that covers the hydrant when you're not using it. Now this one is an upgrade to the upgrade, and it's actually made of stainless steel. They do give you a plastic one in the box that works just fine, but this one does look a little bit nicer. And because I'm not screwing into wood, this is actually PVC, I went ahead and pre-drilled all 3 holes to make sure that I didn't have any type of cracks. And connecting it to my existing plumbing was very easy. I just took that barbed fitting, connected a piece of PEX tubing, I bent it by hand, and then I used a T-connector to allow me a spot to tap into my existing water line. With the plumbing complete, I could turn the water back on and test it out. The water is actually fully pressurized right now, but nothing happens until you insert this connector. Now at this point, the outlet acts like a traditional faucet, and you can control it off and on by using that blue valve. Now I don't see any leaks and everything's looking good, so I'm going to go ahead and close up the cabinet. If you've got a very visible installation of your garden faucet and you want something nice, this thing looks really great, but the bigger reason to get it is that you can remove it when it's not in use. Now if you live in the city, a lot of people rip off water from one another, and this gives you a pretty clever way to keep it unavailable when you're not using it yourself. They actually make 2 versions of these Aquor hydrants. The one I installed here is very small, and it doesn't include a built-in backflow preventer that's required by code. The way they get around that is the backflow preventer is actually included in this faucet adapter. And if you don't know what that is, it's actually a safety device that prevents water from getting sucked back through your hose into your plumbing system where you don't want it. If you want to go for the more enhanced version, this is a great choice if you're doing a new installation or you're going to pay somebody else to do it, because it's a little bit more complicated to install, but the finished result does look pretty cool, and it's got the vacuum breaker built right in, so now you can use a number of the other adapters that don't have the vacuum breaker assembly. Another great benefit if you're in a cold climate is all of their faucets are frost-free. Now you might be wondering how that's done, but it's actually automatic. When you remove the connector, that little bit of water that drains out makes sure that there's no water in the line that can freeze. So you can actually connect to your faucet in just a couple of seconds, and you never have to turn the handle on. So if you're someone that waters your lawn a lot or you're constantly switching hoses, this system is really beneficial because it's fast. And those fittings are actually pretty inexpensive, so you might want to buy one for each of your hoses. But if you don't want to do that, the system still works with any kind of hose or quick disconnect fitting that you have. So if you've got an existing garden tap and everything's working fine, then don't bother to change it. But for many people, you might be building a new house, or maybe your leaky faucet needs a replacement, and this might be a great option to consider. So I hope you liked this video, got you to see something you may not have known existed, and this might be perfect for your installation, maybe now or in the future. So if you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel if you're not already for more videos coming up.